Hey there, Editing Julie coming at you to give you a big heads up and a content warning that this video is going to contain a lot of really graphic images and videos of wounds and injuries, blood, and a story that might upset you. So I want everyone to know that up front. Please do not watch this video if you are squeamish or if you've had some kind of a accident or tragedy or any type of emotional feelings about car wrecks, car accidents. I don't want to hurt anybody, but this was a video that I still did want to post. So let me explain to you what happened. It'll be explained more in the video, but I bought a GoPro about a month ago and I had only used it in the pool the one day, and I was so excited. On my first day off of work, I planned to take it to the beach and film a time lapse of the sunrise, which I did. And on my way walking home from the beach with the GoPro in my pocket, as I was crossing the highway, I was hit by a big white truck. And so ironically, I had already started vlogging that morning because I wanted to do a vlog, like a behind the scenes of me filming the sunrise. And I just decided to go on with the vlog and continue to vlog the rest of the day. And then I subsequently vlogged like 4 more days of my injuries and rehab. You may not want to watch this video if that kind of content would be upsetting for you, because the last thing I want to do is hurt anybody with the images or the story. But if you are interested, I would say this might be a don't do as I do, do as I say, don't do as I do type video. I did not go to the hospital and get checked out for internal injuries, broken bones, or any of those things. I made the decision with the input from both my fiance, Michael, who is a doctor, and my chiropractor, that we were going to take a much more holistic approach to me trying to feel better. Today, actually, that I'm filming this, it's been a week, and as you can see, I'm able to sit up on the couch, actually pain-free now, but I still have quite a ways to go in getting better and rehabbed. So we have now been to the chiropractor, I think 9 times in 10 days. One of those days I went 2 times. That was the first day. And then I've been doing everything I can do at home and holistically to rest, ice, heat, elevate, clean, sanitize. I've been eating carnivore, except for on Easter, we did order a pizza. I've just been doing everything I can do at home to try to treat this from home. So I did vlog it. I think there might be some people who find this interesting, but I definitely don't want to hurt anybody. I need this content warning to be heard right up front, because once the video starts, I'm not going to pop in with any more content warnings, but I will do some voiceovers to explain some things. Otherwise, I hope you enjoy. If this is for you, if you've experienced anything like what I've been through, I would love to hear about it and hear from you, and we can share some stories together. All right, guys. If you're still here, you still want to watch, good luck, buckle up. Good morning, everybody. This is April the 6th, and I'm taking you along for a vlog today. I am currently making coffee. It is about a little after 6:15 in the morning, and I'm about to get ready and go outside and try to film a sunrise with the GoPro. It'll be my first attempt, and I'm really excited, so let's go. We got this at Walmart yesterday. I can't wait to try it, but we broke the bag, so it's been in the freezer overnight. Boil my water, French press. It's 74 degrees, pretty balmy outside actually, but it's pretty breezy also. So I'm actually gonna wear this coat that I got. It's a men's coat. I got it at J. Crew on sale a few years ago. I don't usually wear a coat here in Florida, but I thought since I'm gonna be down on the beach and it's really breezy anyway, and it's only 74, I might get cold, so let's go. Looks like I'm getting a little bit of a late start here actually. Sunrise is at a little after 7. Already got some beautiful colors going on. Look at this, wow. I got hit by a truck. It ruined my coffee pot, my coffee mug, and my GoPro. My GoPro is shattered. I'm gonna make this short and sweet, but I was crossing the street and got smacked and hit by a truck, and it was a no-fault accident. I was crossing where I shouldn't be crossing, and he was going too fast. I am pretty banged up, but I feel okay. I don't really want to talk right now about that because it'll make me get upset again and cry, but my GoPro is now shattered. I was vlogging today. I think I'm just gonna keep on vlogging anyway, right? Why not? I'm hoping I at least got the sunset or sunrise out of this video, but the guy that hit me is super nice. It was totally an accident. He didn't see me. So I am okay. EMS came and checked me out, and they wanted me to go to the hospital, but I can move everything. I can palpate everything. Michael is a doctor by training. What we're gonna do is actually go to the chiropractor first and make sure she doesn't think I need to go to the hospital. But before I can even go to the chiropractor, I've got to go home and try to clean up this road rash. I've got some pretty big areas of road rash on my legs and feet and hands. So this day took a turn that we weren't expecting. Fortunately, luckily, Michael was less than a mile away at the gym while this was going on, and I called him immediately, and he was able to get there within seconds. So I am really, really lucky. How do I feel? I feel kind of sore all over the left side of my body, which is what I actually got thrown, they say, and that's what hit the pavement. So I am very sore and getting very tight in the left side, but I'm gonna be okay. We're gonna make a good day out of this anyway. And any final thoughts?
You have a good clickbait title.
What you're looking at here is pictures Michael took of me right after this happened. I actually felt fine enough to hop up on the hood of the Jeep, and I was sitting there pretty emotional. So I won't show my face, but I was pretty banged up. This is the hood of the truck, and you can see my coffee all over his hood. That's my toe. This is all my road rash. At the time, it just looked bloody. But I felt good enough to hop up on the Jeep and was sort of going back and forth between laughing hysterically and crying hysterically, which is pretty typical for me when I go through something traumatic. I don't think I actually hit my head, but that appeared out of nowhere, so we wanted to document all of this. That was my elbow, which actually the jacket of my coat was fine, my hand. My fingers ended up swelling. I wish I'd taken that ring off when I had a chance. This was after we got me home and got me out of the bath. So, and there's the GoPro. All right, guys, I feel like I can talk a little bit more about it now. It's just after 9 o'clock. Whew. Boy, this is not a flattering angle, is it? So what happened was I had my coffee pot and my coffee mug in each hand and my GoPro down in my left pocket. And I was crossing 5 lanes of A1A at not a crosswalk. So I am definitely partly to blame here. I would say I'm 50-50, or we're each 100% to blame. But it was a no-fault accident, so that is good. The guy was super nice, but I'll tell you all of that in a minute. So I crossed the 2 northbound lanes, and I was standing in the turn lane, which I needed to go straight across to get back on the sidewalk that'll take me straight back to my house. And I was looking northbound to cross the other 2 lanes. There were 2 more cars coming, and after them I had a wide open space and I was going to be able to cross. But what I didn't see and didn't know was that there was a person on the road that I was trying to cross to get to, and he was actually making what was a left-hand turn to go northbound, and he did not even see me. There's sun glare this time of morning because of the sunrise. I didn't see him. And as the 2 cars that I was waiting to cross passed in front of me, and I turned my head to go straight, all I saw was this big white grill, big white truck, and I think he hit me on the left side. I really don't know what happened. I was told by a woman who saw it happen that I was thrown in the air and thrown about 5 feet. And I think I landed on my left hip because I'm having incredible, awful pain in my left hip. I don't know if that's from landing on the concrete or the fact that my GoPro was in that left pocket and I probably landed on the GoPro. But I'm pretty scratched and banged up. I will show you. I don't remember much. I remember screaming, just nonstop screaming, and I just couldn't stop screaming. And in my head, all I was thinking is, as long as I'm screaming, I know that I'm breathing. And I was wiggling my toes and trying to move my legs to make sure I could move everything, and just, I was panicking because I was now like laying down in the road, and I didn't know if I was going to be able to stand up, and I wanted to get out of the road because I was afraid that someone else was going to hit me. There were two women that came over. One of them actually is, I guess she's a nurse. She works at the urgent care. This all happened right in front of an urgent care clinic. They came over and, sort of kept me in the ground in the road, and I was freaking out because I didn't want to be in the road, and they didn't want me to try to stand while I was so hysterical. They kind of got me to stop screaming. They were deep breathing exercises with me and checked me out. They were such absolute angels. They were so, so sweet. My phone actually hit the ground, but it's fine. It's fine. And I grabbed it and I hit the button to call Michael. He's my emergency contact, and he was like half a mile away at the gym. I don't know what I said. I don't know if somebody picked up the phone and talked to him. But the next thing I knew, Michael was there, and it made me feel so much better just having somebody there that I love and can trust. And he was there right away. And so the guy that hit me stayed, and it could have easily been a hit and run, but he stayed. He was so sweet. He just didn't see me. It turns out he lives in my neighborhood. We kind of joked about it, and he wasn't joking. He was trying to hold it together, but I was swinging back and forth between my kind of trauma response is to laugh at things and to make jokes, and then the next minute I'll be hysterically crying and like shaking and emotional, and then I'll be laughing, and then I'll be crying, and I swing back and forth a lot when I'm traumatized. So I know I look like a crazy person when that happens. He didn't want to make any jokes about it, but I was trying to, hey, next time just wave, you don't have to hit me. So anyway, he was so nice. We had to stay in the road until the police came and the EMS, and they checked me out and gave me the right to refuse to go to the hospital. Thankfully, Michael was here, and he's a doctor by training, and he agreed with me that he didn't think anything was broken. And I'm pretty shook up, and I've got a lot of road rash, and I'm gonna need a lot of readjusting, but I'm not, nothing is broken or seriously injured. I did not hit my head, although we've got a little spot right here, but I'm pretty sure that's just like from the skincare that I do, and maybe I just scraped it a little bit, but like I didn't hit my head anywhere. I have no neuro symptoms. So we decided to pass on the hospital and for now, and we're gonna go to my chiropractor as soon as she can get me in. And then if she makes the decision that I need to go to the hospital, I will go then. Anyway, after the police came and they took a report, we were finally allowed to move out of the road. I was like hysterical because I just wanted to get out of the road. There was glass everywhere. My coffee pot, my coffee mug, and my GoPro are all shattered everywhere. My phone was fine. So we moved over off the road until the sheriff came, and he basically just swapped contact information, and he didn't cite either one of us. It's Florida. I told him, I said, my feelings are hurt so much more than any ticket you could give me. I have learned my lesson. I do it all the time. I've been crossing the road there ever since we moved here. So has Michael, with him without our dog. And it's just one more block to the crosswalk, guys. It's one more block, and I could have been doing that. But the crosswalk to me always felt more dangerous because you've got a lot more traffic down there. And they're coming from 4 or 5 different directions, and so they can't possibly see everybody. And even if you have the right of way, it doesn't matter if it's a big truck that hits you. But I'm definitely going to be using the crosswalk from now on. I will never ever do that again. So anyway, the whole thing took maybe an hour or so. Then Michael drove me home and helped me get upstairs in the bathtub, and I don't even want to talk about how bad it hurt trying to scrub the road trash out of these road rash wounds. But he cleaned them all up for me. He was so sweet. He cleaned them all up for me, and we've used Band-Aid wash to kind of sterilize them. And now I'm sitting here, I'm laying here on the couch with Neosporin on all of my road rash, and I'll show you now. Here's the first one. That big bruise. It's getting bigger by the minute. And then my other favorite, this one hurts the most. This one hurts the absolute most on my left palm. I'll show you my legs. Never mind my phone charger here, but this one is actually the worst looking, but it probably hurts the least. It is just road rash on my thigh. It's gonna be hard for me to sit up. Hang on. My left pelvis is in a lot of pain. My left knee. All that shiny stuff is just Neosporin. My left foot is okay, but my right foot's a little banged up. And nothing major here on my right knee. So that's pretty much the extent of my external visible injuries. As far as how I feel, I can definitely tell I either smacked my left side on the pavement or on the GoPro between me and the pavement, or he hit me there. I'm really just not sure where the truck hit me. But my whole left side, whew, Jesus. This left pelvis hurts so much, I can hardly twist or stand with it. I do not believe that it's broken or fractured in any way. I think I'm just tight. All the muscles are tight there. And then under my left side of my rib cage is in a lot of pain. So I am very sore, very stiff, but I'm also incredibly lucky, and I'm so grateful. I don't know if I can even talk about how grateful I'm feeling right now, because I will start crying, and I don't want to do that on camera. Later, I would like to talk about how lucky I am and how grateful and blessed I am, but right now, I'm just trying to focus on what hurts and what I can do to feel better. So I just took a dose of naproxen. I've been drinking a lot of water. It's about 9:15, and my chiropractor is trying to see if she can move anybody around, but I don't want to take anybody's place. She has an opening at 1 o'clock, and I'm going at 1 o'clock. So if she can't get me in before 1 o'clock, that's fine. I've got less than 4 hours to wait, and then I'll be going to the chiropractor and see what she can do. I go back and forth between crying hysterically and laughing hysterically, and I'm sure that's just the adrenaline wearing off. You hear Abra, she's right here in my lap. I started crying a few minutes ago, and that's why I turned the camera back on. I had actually started crying, and Abra came over from right beside me and got right in my lap and got right in my face and just started like sniffing at me and kind of worried, checking me out. She knows I'm injured, and I've been trying to keep her away from my left leg because, you know, she's not clean, and I'm trying to keep the wound clean, but she got right here in my lap and got right here in my face and started sniffing and checking me out. And then she just sort of sat back on her little butt and looked at me like, well, stop crying, Mom. Just look at how cute I am, and give me loving kisses, loving cuddles. So that kind of dried my tears up and made me just so grateful that she wasn't with me. Usually when I take these kind of walks, I have her with me. But this morning I wanted to take the coffee pot and the coffee mug, and I you know, that was one in each hand, and I felt bad for leaving her at home, but she was so lazy that early in the morning. She went out to pee, and then she laid here on the couch, and she just didn't act at all interested in where I was going. So I left her at home, and now I'm so grateful that I did, because I don't even want to think about what would have happened if she had been there with me. So the only casualties were a French press and a coffee mug and my GoPro, and not my dog. So I am trying to kind of hold it together, but I think the adrenaline is wearing off, and it's making me kind of swing back and forth between laughing at how ridiculous and crazy this is, and then, you know, crying because I'm a little shook up. So I apologize for crying on camera. I know that's not very nice, but I am kind of going back and forth here. I'm sure it's just my fight or flight response trying to calm down. So I'm just so grateful that Abra wasn't with me, and that nobody got hurt, you know, seriously hurt, and the other guy was fine, of course, and there was nobody else involved. So anyway, Michael has gone to Walmart to get supplies to clean my wounds because we did have Neosporin and Band-Aid wash, but they were both almost empty, and it looks like we're gonna need to be doing this a few times a day for a few days. So other than that, it's about 10 o'clock and I'm just waiting for my chiropractor appointment. And the naproxen has kicked in. I would say if I was using a pain scale of 0 to 10, my left hip and left under my breast are probably about a 4. So that's not so bad. I can tolerate that. I'm getting a headache coming on, but I don't have any other neuro symptoms. And the headache coming on is, I can already tell you, it's because I was in an auto accident 15, 16 years ago where I flipped a car. And so I have an old cervical injury. That was my biggest fear when I realized that I was alive and I hadn't died, was that I had hurt my neck again. So hopefully I have not, but I am going to take it easy here on the couch. And Abra just wants to snuggle with me because she knows I'm upset. And I think that's so sweet. We humans, we do not deserve dogs. I mean, look at that face. Look at that face. Look at this dog. I'm telling you what, Cavapoo is where it's at. Well, I mean, all dogs are empathetic like this, but when I found out there's such a thing as a Cavapoo, this is the only dog I ever want right here. This one. We got to figure out how to make her live forever and ever and ever, guys. Abra, look at the camera. Don't be camera shy. And she's a little up close and personal for my comfort, but I'm trying to keep this way away from her and air out the Neosporin and let it dry. And this is where she has been ever since she saw me crying. She got right here, right on top of me, and just kind of settled down where she knows I can't get up and leave, and looks up at me every few minutes, and oh my goodness, no boundaries with this dog, none. Well, I started having some kind of stabbing pains on my left side, which we think is where I fell and hit the GoPro actually. Still pretty sure that my ribs aren't broken. Might have like a little
Might just be out
or something, but I was laying on the couch. Michael came home from Walmart and I tried to shift my body just a little bit so that I could look at him without turning my head, and when I did that, it felt like, I don't know how to describe it, it felt like you shot me in my rib cage on the left side, and it had not let up. So we knew there was a 10:30 appointment at the chiropractor, but it's gonna have to be a short and a quick one, so we're gonna take it, and if she needs me to come back at 1 o'clock, I will. We'll find out. But I at least want her to just double check and make sure she doesn't think anything
we just
is
want
broken.
to get.
Our opinion is nothing is broken, and I think it's a muscle that is seizing, but I really don't know. Michael doesn't think it's broken either, because it's not the bone that hurts. It's kind of like, feels like it's a muscle that's just tightened. It will not let go. So here we go, off to the chiropractor. This day did not turn out the way I thought it would. And I'm like, oh, maybe it's internal bleeding. Yeah. But I was able to pee okay.
So what did he say? Yeah, if it's just a broken rib, but I'm just worried about internal stuff. That's all.
Internal bleeding.
Yeah.
What? How do you
Exactly.
throw a human being and not feel it? But he gave me a hug before we left, and he just... All right, it's about 12:45, and we're headed back to the chiropractor. So the first experience I had, she didn't have a lot of time to work on me, but she did put some heat and some TENS unit on my side, which is really
Yeah, you saw those videos. Yeah.
Okay, Michael said he filmed it. But everything was great. And then she put some little like acupuncture in my ears, because she can't really acupuncture anywhere where I'm injured because of all the road rash.
Battlefield acupuncture.
Called battlefield acupuncture. And when I was laying on the table, I was fine. And then when I stood up from the table, I got really hot and really nauseous. And I walked out into the waiting room and sat down on a couch. And it didn't pass. and I was starting to think, oh no, this is it. I really need to go to the hospital after all. But I kind of rallied and I started to walk outside, and then I think I sort of fell. So, oh, hurts to laugh. Kind of went down. She took the little battlefield, what do we call them?
Battlefield acupuncture.
Battlefield. She took them out of
Little
my ears.
ear tabs. Yeah.
And almost instantaneously, I was better. Like, I got in the Jeep, Michael helped me get in the Jeep, and we drove to the intersection, and it was like, turn right for the hospital, turn left to go home, and I was 100% fine. Within 60 seconds, I was fine. So we decided to go back home and just rest, and because I have another appointment at 1 o'clock, she could get me in for a little bit longer. So I'm going to go to this 1 o'clock appointment and see how I feel. I have not underestimated the fact that I could have internal injuries, internal bleeding, my spleen, anything, but I haven't underestimated that, and I will go to the hospital if I feel like I really, really need to. But in all fairness, I feel so much better than I felt before I went to her. And I'm kind of thinking, if I just take it easy,
We're watching for the signs. There's no
we have
rigidity.
Googled all the signs. We have done the thing you're not supposed to do when you work in healthcare, but we have Googled all the signs. We don't feel like we see any yet, and we will be keeping. I'm so glad if this had to happen, that it happened first thing in the morning, and I'm actually awake for the rest of the day.
Mhm.
And Michael's here with me to help keep an eye. And I am not saying that anybody else should do this, should not follow my example. This is very bad. Don't do this. But this is what I'm choosing to do as a nurse. And he was a physician, and he still is. So, and I have a good chiropractor, and I am making this choice for myself.
Slowly, not lightly. We check every hour.
We check more than that,
We know
really.
we do, but we know what to look for.
I still feel pretty bad. I still feel very tight and very, very sore, but I'm not having stabbing pains like I was before I went to see Dr. Polly the first time. It still hurts to inhale super deep, and it hurts to laugh, but that pretty much the whole left side of my body hurts. My left shoulder was hurting, and that made me concerned because I know that's a sign of a splenic injury, but that actually went away. That went away the first time I got adjusted, basically. So back to the chiropractor.
How's your neck?
My neck doesn't hurt at all. Actually,
That's really
my
good.
neck and shoulder were hurting. She didn't do anything for them the first time I saw her this morning. She didn't have time. She was trying to focus on the worst. And I thought, well, that's okay. She can fix all that when I come back later. And actually, I was able to lay myself on a position in the couch that I know from past experience. I have an old cervical trauma. I think I mentioned that earlier. I know from past experience that this certain position will kind of help, and it actually all went away. So
That's great. She was great, by the way, getting Julie in last minute.
yeah, she cried when she saw me, and that made me cry. But she's got tape on me. You might be able to see. We put arnica on all of these wounds,
Yeah.
and I am wearing clothes that don't touch any of them. I'm wearing some short shorts, and I feel a little awkward, but it's the best I can do.
Wow.
Oh, it hurts to laugh too hard.
Barefoot.
I am barefoot. I couldn't even put shoes on because of all the road rash on my feet. But I'm making this choice for myself, and I stand by it for now. And if I change my mind, I will be back to the vlog. But I never intended to vlog a day quite this interesting. But it was supposed to be a simple film the sunrise, have a carnivore meal, take a nice stroll around the neighborhood like all our other vlogs. But here we are, doing it this way today. So he's been great. Made me a coffee. We need to talk about that coffee later. I said it was terrible, and that was before I put this new sweetener in it. He has found. So we can talk about that later, but after the chiro. All right, so I'm out of the chiropractor, round 2. I am still feeling really rough, but it's better than it was even just an hour ago. I still am just super duper sore on my left side. That's probably to be expected. But we all talked and are fairly sure that I don't have internal injuries and are going to gamble that I don't. But she did adjust. She started with adjusting my neck, and it was pretty stiff, and it didn't really, I guess, crack is the word I'll use. It didn't really crack quite as good as it normally does. But then she was able to adjust my back, and that didn't hurt. I mean, there's the pressure on my side didn't feel super good, but we were able to do that. She did more tens and more heat. Oh, there's Michael. He just ran a little errand really quick. More tens and more heat. And then I have tape.
That's swollen.
Yeah, everything is swelling now.
Yeah.
My ankles, she found like 3 more bruises I didn't even know I had. My foot looks an absolute mess because all the little spots, the skin is peeled off. But I now have tape on the back of my shoulder, and I have tape around my side here, and I will show you the tape on my legs. Hold briefly. Lovely road rash there. This one is because she said my leg looked like it was swelling. I really didn't notice that, but Michael said he thought he noticed it, so I'm glad she did that. And my foot, which is all busted up. And then over here on this knee, she put more for the swelling on this knee. So there you go. I am taped everywhere. We called and talked to GoPro because I had only had the GoPro for just a couple weeks, and this was really, other than swimming in the pool yesterday, kind of our first outing with it. But they can't do anything for the fact that I destroyed the GoPro. I didn't really expect them to, but it was worth a shot, worth a try. So they did give us a coupon though for 25% off another GoPro. So I'm gonna replace it for sure. I loved it. I had a lot of fun with it. All of the 2 hours I've played with it so far. Like the app. I'm gonna really what am I trying to say here? I'm really enjoying having it as a way to make slightly different YouTube content. And I want to keep that up. I don't want this to discourage me or slow me down. And I don't feel like my phone is really all that I want it to be to make all of our content, because I can't take it in the pool, I can't take it in the water, all of those things. So I'm gonna get a new GoPro, and I'm probably going to see if I can sell mine on Facebook Marketplace for a deep discount, because I'm pretty sure it still works.
It still works.
We're gonna troubleshoot that. The touchscreen is completely shattered, but the camera itself works. So if somebody wanted to fix
the
screen,
touchscreen still, you can. It's still tactile.
If somebody wanted to replace the screen or fix it, they probably could, or use it for parts or something. So I'm gonna try to get that sold down the road. But anyway, that was our experience with GoPro customer service. It was better than I expected. They were very nice.
They kept saying that they hope Julie feels better, and they kept apologizing that their warranty, which I get it.
Michael told him I was hit by a car, and I got real sensitive about that because I got hit by a 4-door Tacoma.
I know. I apologize. Full-size truck.
When you say you feel like you've been hit by a Mack truck, that's what I'm thinking you mean. It was a big truck, not a car.
But they were extremely nice. They called us back very quick for putting in a request online.
It said it would take 5 minutes for them to return the phone call. I don't think it took 10 seconds.
No, they asked for a photo of it. She said she was going to talk to her team. Then she come back and apologized. And she said, but if you'll tell me what country you're located in, I will email you a 25% off discount right now. She wouldn't get off the phone until I checked the email and received the code. And then she ended it with saying that she hoped Julie felt better, and thank you for calling customer. It was a very pleasant customer service experience.
Yeah. I was not expecting a brand new GoPro out of this, but it was worth trying to see what their warranty does cover. So
right, I told her, I said, we just wanted to call you before we bought a brand new one, since we bought it on Amazon, to see if there's anything.
We bought it from GoPro on Amazon.
Yeah, from GoPro store on Amazon. But anyway, she was very nice.
We have a small 10s unit at home. I'm fixing to go hook it up to everything.
And a heating pad.
Lay on the couch and make some dinner. It's going to be a breakfast for dinner kind of carnivore day. We haven't actually done that. I haven't done breakfast for dinner in a very long time. Very long time. Michael does it multiple times a week, but I want some scrambled eggs and some sausage and just some YouTube on the couch probably. These are the things we're using to clean my cut. This is Band-Aid's antiseptic cleansing, which Michael went to Walmart and got more. But we really like this for cleaning out a wound. And then this is what we're putting on top of it. Michael just found this at Walmart today. I never heard of this one, but it actually has Pramoxine, and that is like, I think it's similar to like a lidocaine. So it's a pain reliever too. Although, in all honesty, my road rash is really not that painful. It really only hurts when I scrub something against it and forgot about it, but it's not that bad. What's bothering me a lot more is just how my back feels. I wasn't really up to cooking. I did scramble my own eggs, but they're more like fried eggs. But I'm gonna show you what we're having to eat today, and Michael cooked all of this. For me, it's 4 scrambled eggs with salt and pepper and 12 sausage links. These are the Butterball brand. Michael also has 12 sausage links and some of his pizzas that are made with shredded cheese and pepperoni.
Yep.
And then Gordo's brand, we really love this Fiesta every day. To dip our sausages in. If you can hear the microwave, he's heating up the other one so that we both have one. And a random assortment of cheeses. Some pepper jack and some smoked cheddar in here. Actually 2 flavors that we are not big fans of, but we had it left over from a visit from his mom. So there we go. That's carnivore dinner for us today. Well, I'm down on the couch after eating. I have the heating pad on my back, and I have TENS units. 2 electrodes in the back and 2 on my stomach, or kind of on the side of my stomach because I'm tense, and I have a really good muscle relaxer right here, or half of one anyway. We'll see if I need the other half.
250 milligrams.
250 milligrams. For those wondering if I did the second half, yes, I'm going to do the second half. Thankfully we found a straw because this is my kombucha for tonight, and I'm gonna probably want to drink it lying down if I can make this work. This is the I always forget what it's called, from Big Dog Kombucha.
This is the trifecta.
The trifecta.
Kratom.
Kratom and kava and
Hemp.
hemp in it.
Yeah. Botanical beer.
How am I feeling? I'm just so sore. My whole back hurts. My whole back is stiff. And I've got kind of like some abdominal, not really soreness that sometimes
Spasms,
it's
yeah,
kind of
she's-
spasming.
I think she really twisted
stomach
today.
So
And
we're still not entirely sure what part of me got hit by the truck, but we think it was my kind of the back side of my hip, but not exactly my butt. So
she's turning black and blue too. I mean,
yeah,
you
I've
can
got some
see
pictures. I can show those tomorrow. I'm so
her
comfy
skin
under
is
this
starting to really bruise up. She's kind of just all over inflamed. But we've got multiple KT tape on her to help with inflammation.
The second half of my effort to make myself relax and calm down
Yeah.
really did help the trick a lot, though. I know I seem a little groggy, but I kind of am. I'm just super chill and super relaxed. I have the TENS unit on, and I'm on a heating pad, so
Yeah.
that's not ever crying, that's ever chewing a toy.
I know. She's excited.
So nothing more to report. We're just watching
Okay.
YouTube.
We'll check back in later.
Actually, no, we didn't check back in. Michael was wrong. We just laid there and watched YouTube until probably about 8:30, 8 o'clock, 8:30, and then I just was so groggy I couldn't film anymore. I just wanted to go upstairs and lay down. So he helped me get upstairs, cleaned all the wounds one more time, and basically set me up in exactly the same position in the bed that I was on the couch, with the heating pad underneath me that I could turn on and off throughout the night if I woke up in pain. And the TENS unit, I slept with the TENS unit on, but it kicks off after 20 minutes. So I woke up a few times and turned it on. And then I was actually able to sleep really good that first night. I was so grateful for those gummies, because they really helped me be calm and chill and sleep well. I think Michael got a worse night of sleep than I did because he was really worried about me, but I actually slept through the night. And then I picked up vlogging again the next morning, so feel free to go watch that video. It'll be coming out in a couple days after the day that I post this one. And I vlogged actually, I think 5 days total, the first 5 days. So I'll do an update later and let you know how I'm doing ever since. But there you go. I hope you enjoyed this vlog, and if anything like this has ever happened to you, I'd really love to hear about it, and we can share stories down below. All right, have a good one, guys.